I had a question come in today. How do you overcome that feeling when you don't want to work out? You don't want it to be part of the day, but you know it's something you need to do. How do you change your mindset on that? And I love the honesty on the question, and I love that the question actually talked about how do you change your mindset on that. So let's dive into some simple things that I frame my life on that'll help you with that. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jordan Miller. I started Run2Gun Health and Fitness back in 2011. I've been one of the longest lasting health and fitness and mindset coaches in this space for the last 16 years. I've helped well over 1,300 people that have directly worked one-on-one with me. So I'll just leave that right there. So the first thing you need to ask yourself, most coaches, and even in my early days, I was like, well, you just have to have the discipline to do it. Like, how do you overcome it? You just do it. Like, well, duh, there is truth in that. You need to just do it some days, right? But there is ways that we can actually ask ourselves better questions. We're living in an age, in a time now where we're all awakening to deeper parts of ourselves. And so we have the ability to ask ourselves these better questions to stimulate a thought process, not just in our mind, but in our heart, so we can take a deeper action on our life. And so that first question that I like to ask myself from that thought process of, man, like, how do I overcome this feeling of not wanting to work out right now in my life? The first thing you need to ask yourself is, what do I want? What do I want my life to look like? And so when you ask yourself that, most people have thought that, but they've never sat down and have gotten really serious and written out what exactly I want my life to look like. Because oftentimes there is things in there where they're like, man, I might sound arrogant if I write that down. If people knew that I actually wanted that house, or I wanted that car, or I want this type of life, that they would feel judged on it. You need to let that go, and you need to actually write down exactly what it is. And it might not be those material things at all. I'm just using those as an example for you. But you need to actually sit down and be like, what do I want my dream life to look like? That's number one. Take the time to sit down with a journal and actually write it. Yes, you can put it in your notes in your phone, but I will tell you this. There is something special about a pen and a paper that stimulates a thought process in your heart that you will actually write freely and less reserved when you actually write that down. The other beautiful piece of that is you will go back over time and look at it and flip through the pages, and there will be a receipt of your life that even your kids will go look at and be like, my dad had this vision in his mind and in his heart for his life, so I could have the type of life that I have today. And it gives them permission to go do the same thing. There's so much power in this, so don't look over this step one. It is the biggest factor. It is the biggest missing piece for most people to actually take big action, scary action on their life. What do I want? What do I want my life to look like? That is number one. Number two is, what do I need to do in order for my life to look like that on number one? Same thing. We need to write that down. What do I need to do in order for this to happen? This is where we reverse engineer everything from number one. If we have our main goal, our main vision up here, we start step by stepping it down. If your main vision is, I want to be 100 pounds lighter and run 100 miles or compete in a powerlifting competition, whatever the goal is for you, we start reverse engineering that. And the first thing you can do is be like, okay, I want to lose 100 pounds. This month, I want to lose 8. Okay, and okay, what do I need to lose 8 pounds? And we start step by stepping that one piece at a time, all the way down to the day. What do I need to do today in this very present moment in order to have my life look like that? What do I need to do in order for my life to look like what I want? Everything's tying in, and you step by step. Again, this takes a little time with a journal. Most people aren't willing to actually sit down and take 30 minutes out of their life, get off Instagram, turn off the podcast, put a hoodie on over your face, and write these things down. Because when you're honest and vulnerable with yourself. You're putting yourself in this new situation that feels uncomfortable, but I actually might have to take the steps forward. Don't be afraid to actually take the steps forward in order to start this life and to start the process of it. You will regret every time, every year that goes by that you feel this inner pull within your heart. Every January 1st, all of these times that you keep feeling this lack inside of you, this pull that you know there's more in your life, it is because you are not turning off the outside noise. You're not going inside of yourself to actually listen and take action on everything that's been put inside of you to take action on. Number 3 then is, what do I need to learn in order to do the things in number 2? Okay, if your goal again is that 100 pounds loss or the powerlifting, whatever, or to make more money to buy the house, what do I need to learn in order to do these things so I can have what I want? Do you see how now I'm reverse engineering these 3 questions? Number 1 is the main, but you have to do number 2 to get to number 1, and you have to do number 3 to get to number 2 to get to number 1. Right? So what do I need to learn? Okay, I need to learn about nutrition for my body. I need to learn about training for my body. I need to learn about having a deeper accountability for myself. I need to learn proper lifting technique. I need to learn how to market so my business grows so I can make more money to buy the house that I dream about. And so part of this how to learn is the proximity of who you put yourself around. If your family members and if your friends are keeping you into this negative space and making fun of you every time you try, or not supporting you to go push to be a better version of yourself, then you need to step back a little bit or a lot of bit in order to progress into your life. And you need to get around people who are supportive, who are smarter than you, and have exactly what you want. The mentor that I have right now is 15 years younger than me. I have accomplished so much more in my life in certain areas of my life, but he has some things that he's already done in his life that I'm like, I want that. And so I paid him a lot of money to get closer to him, to understand how his mindset works, so I can take those things and learn from him, apply them to my life to get to the outcome, to do the things I need to do daily, to get to what I want. Everything is step by step. Everything is this daily thing. So those 3 steps are going to help you drastically if you're actually willing to take the time. Don't be that guy who isn't willing to take the time, that spends endless hours on their day on their phone scrolling and wishing and looking for the next workout and hoping that it works, instead of actually learning something, applying it to your life, and going and getting exactly what you want. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt that said, like, the man in the arena. If you've ever not read that quote that he wrote, go read it. Get in the arena of life and go play. This life is for you. And right now you're here, you want to be here, and all you do is fixate on what you don't have. And you're missing the whole journey in between here to get to what you want. This is life. This is the piece of life that you're missing. Is why you're feeling empty and unfulfilled, is because you're not doing the in-between. The in-between is the beauty of life that God's given all of us in order to go live. And remember, what we do here is we live beyond average. So take this. I want to hear all of the pieces. When you break it down, I want you to DM me on my Instagram at Run2Gun, and I want you to DM me exactly what your steps are so I can help hold you accountable. You guys crush the rest of your day and live beyond average.